The first thing the girl did after being reborn was to voluntarily give up the tens of millions of dollars her grandmother left her. Then she chose her grandmother's least valuable portrait, only because that portrait hid the secret of a massive multi-billion-dollar inheritance. Living a second life, she would never again hand over her grandmother's lifelong efforts to anyone. In her previous life, the girl cared alone for her seriously ill grandmother for 5 long years, yet she never expected that after her grandmother passed, the house and savings would all be left to her uncle and aunt. By the time it came to the girl, she only received a box of old books. The girl refused to believe her grandmother would treat her this way, so she desperately searched for answers inside the books. Yet just as she was about to give up, her uncle and aunt suddenly burst into the house. They claimed the old books hid an astronomical inheritance and demanded she hand them over immediately. The girl panicked and ran outside. Halfway down the road, she was unfortunately struck by a car. She watched helplessly as the old books were stolen by her uncle and aunt. When she opened her eyes again, she had been reborn back to the day of her grandmother's funeral a month earlier. And just like in her previous life, before the funeral even ended, her uncle and aunt eagerly divided the inheritance. At the same time, they tossed a pile of old books at the girl and drove her away. Looking at the books scattered across the ground, the girl was instantly filled with confusion. In her previous life, she had nearly worn these books out and still found no secret. Could it be that these books needed a key? With this thought, she quickly used the excuse of missing her grandmother to take her grandmother's portrait. Her uncle disliked the bad omen and agreed without hesitation. And as expected by the girl, the moment she received the portrait, she discovered a small bump on the back. The girl quietly brought the portrait home. Once she arrived, she immediately opened it. And sure enough, she found a small handwritten note hidden inside the back. Following the clues written on the note, she soon matched letters hidden on the old books. In the days that followed, she repeatedly rearranged the extracted words, trying to uncover the secret her grandmother left behind. During this time, her uncle and aunt took turns visiting, subtly trying to test her. At first, the girl thought they had discovered the truth about the inheritance, yet only when her uncle suddenly offered to adopt her did she finally breathe a sigh of relief. Their true goal was the house her mother left behind. The girl then used the excuse of feeling unwell to politely shut them out. After researching tirelessly for 2 more days, she finally pieced the letters together into an address, and that address turned out to be the quaint tea house her grandmother often visited. The girl felt overwhelmed with excitement and immediately planned to go find answers, yet she never expected her uncle would appear at the door at this exact moment. In her previous life, this was the exact time her uncle and aunt arrived to seize the books. In this life, she refused to be treated as prey ever again. At this moment, her uncle and aunt sensed something was wrong. Because her grandmother had been a high-level executive in a major corporation, her yearly salary alone reached over $100 million. How could she have left only a few tens of millions in savings? She must have left the rest to the girl. With this thought, the two of them forcefully broke down the door. Yet fortunately, the girl had prepared early and escaped out the window using a rope. Seeing that the old books on the table were gone, the two finally realized the secret inheritance was hidden inside them. Meanwhile, the girl had already sprinted all the way to the tea house. After learning who she was, the owner quickly retrieved 3 ancient books from the safe. These 3 books were rare originals, each worth tens of millions. At that moment, the girl suddenly received a message on her phone. The mysterious party detected that the originals had been claimed, so they immediately initiated the inheritance procedures for her. Yet just as the girl was about to ask for their identity, her cousin unexpectedly appeared behind her. Fortunately, the cousin was illiterate and failed to recognize the value of the originals. The girl claimed she had something urgent and pushed him aside, running outside in a hurry.